Thanks, Chris. I know a lot of emotions in this story, and we will stay on the reaction. All right, let's turn to some politics. All eyes right now on the GOP tax plan. Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says votes on their tax bill will start again tomorrow morning after it appears they cannot get enough Republicans on board to pass it tonight. So here's what we know about it. The bill hit a setback over concerns about how this legislation will be paid for after enough Republican senators grew concerned that the deficit was going to get too big. They can only afford to lose 2 Republican votes if they want to pass the tax bill without Democratic support. Lindsey Graham says they need to pass something or else.
Base fractures, people won't put up our signs, people won't write checks, the party will collapse of its own weight. Steve Bannon will have a great argument to beat us all. Other than that, nothing.
And earlier today, many thought things were a done deal when Senator John McCain announced his support for the bill. Now it appears Republicans have to get the support of 3 other members that are otherwise on the line. And many of you may be wondering, how does this affect me? We keep hearing reports that it's going to hurt Californians by getting rid of state and local tax deductions and other groups like graduate students and freelance workers. Well, tonight I went to the California Budget and Policy Center to get questions answered. The first thing I asked Chris Hone of the nonpartisan California Budget and Policy Center is if Californians are really going to get hurt the most by the GOP tax bill. So is that state and local tax deduction gone completely?
Right now, under the Senate plan that's being deliberated upon, it is.
I then asked him about reports we've seen about other groups that say they could be impacted. The first, freelance workers or people who work from home. Freelancers or small business owners who work from home, they're worried that they won't be able to deduct certain things from working from home, their laptop or a space in their home.
Right, that's true. Some of those deductions will be going away. Okay. If this tax bill passes. Okay, so here is an article. The Republican tax plan will hurt Californians, especially veterans. Will veterans be impacted? There are a set of provisions in the GOP tax bills, both on the House and the Senate side, that would actually take an exemption for the bonds that are used to fund the development of facilities, to build facilities for veterans, housing, for hospitals, and for a variety of other public structures.
He explained that by taking that tax exemption away, there'll be less of an incentive to build facilities, such as veterans hospitals, which could in turn hurt veterans that use these services.
There will be some impact on veterans and the related services, yeah.
The next, the almond industry.
What's happening for the almond industry is that a particular piece of the tax structure that has benefited for them would actually be changed in a way that they would be paying higher taxes going forward.
He also said graduate students who will no longer be able to deduct their student loans and some affordable housing initiatives could be negatively impacted as well. Overall, kind of big picture, who wins, who loses in California under this plan?
Overwhelmingly, corporations and the wealthiest households. Like, the wealthier you are, the better. If you have large estate, the better. If you're a multinational corporation, the better. You're getting the big benefit out of this. Both you're getting larger tax cuts, and those tax cuts are permanent. If you're a low-income household or a middle-income household, you're getting some temporary cuts in some cases, and then those cuts are expiring and you're getting tax increases over the next 10 years. Okay. And again, this is a bipartisan center that analyzed this GOP tax bill. And I did ask him what they find to be good in the plan for lower and middle income Californians. He said that there is a piece of the bill that would increase something called the child tax credit. So some parents who make over a certain amount each year would get a higher tax credit.